Kia ora koutou, ko tēnei he mihi kia tautau, ko tēnei he whakamārama e pāna ki taku moko kauwae. So this is a video explaining my moko kauwae and how it is linked to my personal identity and my professional stance. As I explain the relevance of my moko kauwae, it brought me back to how much it's related to me and the mahi that I do. So to explain first, my kaita or artist was Tā Manuhiri Russell from Nai Tu Pukoiri or Mahu, and he has named my moko kauwae Te Manu Huia. Now, these parts here, the paipairoa, look like the beak of a huia. The explanation behind that is that the beak of the huia is used as a feeding receptacle, a feeding vessel. So he's put these in because that's my past work and my present work going into the future is whāngai ngā mokopuna. So these beaks feeding the mokopuna in my everyday mahi, feeding te reo, and now on the specialist teaching journey, learning all these strategies, policies, frameworks and things that I can share with my people in whāngai mokopuna, whāngai whānau hoki. Yes. The other thing that these represent, the paipairoa, is that these are the supporters that support me in my mahi as well. Every wāhine that has a moko kauwae has this line through the middle, the manawa. The manawa actually links you right down through your petal, your belly button, grounds you back to papatuanuku. It's a gap through there. Goes through, up through your pūmotomoto or your fontanelle when you're a baby. It's open and it closes as you grow. That links you to ranginui. So we always have aho or ties to rangi and papa and our origins. And it represents everything together, whether it's spiritual or physical. These things here are called pihere, these lines. And the pihere mean that I am a voice of the whānau. I'm someone that can provide advice or tuition. And receiving a moko kauwae is in itself a recognition and that I'm capable in some form of service, and I have an important leadership role for my whānau, my hapu and my iwi. I would say that that relates back to specialist teaching as well. I was gifted my moko kauwae by my whānau kohanga reo who have grown to become my everyday whānau. So they organised everything about my moko kauwae weekend, and I was gifted it by them. So that shows the recognition, aroha, that they have for me in my time that I worked in kohanga reo, and that their belief in me moving into the future to always continue that relationship and to come back and share my teachings with them all. My lip line has got a gap there. It's the same as my great-great-great-grandmother, the last person in my whānau to receive a moko kauwae. That in itself was really profound for me, that people gifted me this taonga, my manu huia, because of my life's work and their trust in me. Yes, the purua or lips are darkened there. And the reason why they're darkened is because I can be a voice for others. I can be an advocate. I can stand up for myself and for others and what's right. And when we think about equity and inclusion, and when we think about our policies and frameworks around our code and our standards, tātai ako, Mary Bettyman's mahi, it's all about being a kanohi kitea and being there for the people to support and uplift hāpaitia. My mangopare, the hammerhead shark, points up as I'm the eldest in my line. So I'm a tuakana. So I'm the eldest grandchild, and I'm also the eldest of my mother and father's children. So that's how you can tell that. Yeah. The other thing about the manawa is that this can also be considered like an awa, linking inland to the sea and all the villages and all the people along the way. And I find that in my specialist teaching journey that along the river, along the way, there'll be stops to support, and then we're back in to our waka on the next journey. Yeah. The other thing that I'd like to share is that my moko kauwae looks like a ruru or an owl. I've been told that my one represents that I have whāngai i aku tamariki, that I've birthed my 5 children, and I brought them from te pō, or the womb, the darkness, into te ao marama, into the light, and that represents that. And I guess when you think about mahi as a specialist teacher, often we go into mahi and we're not too sure. We may be in the dark, and then in te pō, and as we work alongside people or go through processes, we come into the light, we come into understanding. And then when I think about he pikorua, when we're working collaboratively, when we're working in strength-based, inclusive and stuff, we become more whakamarama. There's more understanding, and we work together better when we're in a place of understanding. When I think of tātai ako, the values of wānanga, like home visits, spending time with kaiako, those are forms of wānanga. It's about participation, it's about sharing dialogue, and it's about benefiting each other through our wānanga together. It's also a community-based wānanga. Manaakitanga. My other role is a kaikaranga, or a woman who performs karanga. And for me, that is the biggest expression of manaakitanga that you can give to people. Not only are you weaving through the information about the kaupapa, or the reason why people are gathered, but you'll also need to be decisive in what you hear, process, and then it has to come out here. And that's similar to our teaching and pivoting on the spot when we're with whānau, when we're thinking about, hey, this is something that we've got going on right here, but we need to get here. How can we do this? How can we do this? It's through manaakitanga and whanaungatanga and actively engaging in working relationships that we move into tangata whenuatanga, or the affirming of Māoriness, the affirming of all peoples, because we're recognising language, identity and culture. And this is, it's not just Māori. We just have a way of expressing it. What I'd like to say is that all languages, identities and cultures have a place, have a space. And as a specialist teacher, we're actually working from that tuapapa, from that foundation of where that whānau's at, where that learning service is at. We're going from there, starting where our feet find us, as Tākuta Wali Penitito has explained in his video. Yeah, so to conclude my kōrero about my moko kauwae, it is an expression of who I've come from the past, who I am in the present, and where I'm going in the future. This journey of specialist teaching, the 2 years, is only the beginning. This is my waka just leaving the shore. This is my waka ready to go out into the ao, ready to go out into the world and to share and to develop and to whakarongo titiro, ata whakaro, wānanga, and just enjoy being with our people. It really is a journey alongside each and every one of the whānau, the kaiako, the new entrant teachers. As an early intervention teacher, there is so much interprofessional practice. When people see my moko kauwae, my thoughts are, they think, hey, this wahine has something to add. She has something to add that's going to make a difference. And I really hope that you'll see in my validations and in my artifacts that I have caused ripple effects, and that I will continue to hoi te waka for everybody, for everybody's networking, growth, development, aroha. So I guess I have evolved. I'm still the same, but when I think about Ipsative, I was at one stage and now I'm at another stage. And I mean, after Masters, I'll be at another stage. So it's all about growth and people. And they are what keeps my mahi moving forward. So kia ora tātou for listening to my long as video explanation about my moko kauwae and its relevance to myself as a specialist teacher, as a mama, as a supporter of mokopono and whānau, and someone who loves to work alongside other practitioners. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa.